I've been spending a lot of time over the last few days thinking about just how fake the economy is, like how we are living in totally separate realities. Drew Gooden just did this video that I think is a really startling representation of how most people's economic reality is so different than what the media represents. But I'm also reading Little Bosses Everywhere: How the Pyramid Scheme Shaped America by Bridget Reed. And one of the things in this book that it talks about is that basically 99% of people in these pyramid schemes, in these multi-level marketing schemes, 99% of people do not make any money. They actually lose money. It is a almost statistically inevitability that people do not make money. However, like how they represent their lives is a complete contrast. They always talk about being a girl boss, specifically in like the makeup industry. And also, it is just like that's the hustle, that's the entrepreneurship that everything in America strives for us to accomplish. I also saw some sales reports that I found interesting. This is a politics and policy professor who talked about how Black Friday sales showed 1 billion out of the spending over Black Friday weekend as buy now, pay later. If you want to look into buy now, pay later, I think it's a fascinating subject that like we're truly living in a just completely everything is debt and everything is just expanding like exponentially at this point. And also he talked about out of all of the sales from this entire weekend, 95% of them were financed. Like, I know we're living in an AI bubble. I think we all see that. And like, I think there's so much cultural representation about the AI bubble. Like, everyone's posting in their stories about like, don't use AI. And like, it is truly like a horrific sign of the times that this is just like we're going to have to deal with a Coke commercial that is AI built, and we know like AI will destroy the economy, but also just like how we are living our lives, how much debt we are in, how we see other people's lives is all like there is a disreality that we're living in. And I think it's just simply because I don't know that we're really honest with each other about the economic hardships that most of us are enduring. Like, I truly wonder how much debt almost every one of my friends is living with, even though we don't really talk about it. And I think like a book like this is a kind of fun way to explore some of those thoughts and emotions and stories about how we consider like the reality of what an economy is. So I'm reading this one for book club. I'm sure me and my book club are going to have some great conversations about it. But I just wonder, like, what are the thoughts and feelings you are having about just like a true, like, separate reality in which 99% of us are living? And like, how does that make you feel? Because to me, I can't help but think we are on some type of precipice of a true reckoning with capitalism, with reality, with how we are functioning in this current system, and everything is pointing towards absolute calamity.